If you want to grab the Sonic Warrior.
The Sonic Warrior.
Shit. Sorry, I messed up, boys. I messed that up. I'm reading through my camera. I know what it's called. I got it this time. If you want to grab the Stoic Warrior, hit the links in the bio.
So, boys, if you don't know, Adonis has a journal on Amazon. Link is in the description. Alright, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. This week we've got the man himself, Bro Flow. Would you like to introduce yourself to the people, bro?
Hi, I'm Roflo. I do YouTube sort of on the side. Best I can explain it. I do impressions of people, primarily, and then a few self-help videos now and then. So I'm sort of like Captain Sinbad in a way, but not as professional, not as well edited. I'm not Asian.
So basically, I seen your channel from, I think it was the Ice Cold JT impression, bro, and that shit had me cracking up, bro. It was actually so on point, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, it was the first one I did.
Was that the first one, was it?
The first one I did, or I did two, but yeah, I think most people saw the first one.
Oh, I seen one of them, bro, but I'm not too sure about the other. But then I seen the Hamza one as well, bro. That one was hilarious.
Yeah, the Hamza one was. The thing is, it's like I don't really plan to do them. I just get the camera and like I've got this idea. I'm gonna do this now. It's like sort of a download type thing. But I'm like, I'm just sat around thinking, oh, I've got like I could do a YouTube video right now. What's my idea for this one? And then it just comes to me when I'm not really thinking about it. When I just let myself just chill out a bit, and I'm like, oh, I need to record this video right now. Like I need to go record this video. Like with a Hamza one, I'm like, this is a good video idea, and it just came to me like the impression of like I'm gonna do it right now. So just put the camera out and then.
And bro, it like popped off as well, didn't it? That Hamza one got like 15,000 views.
Yeah,
Hamza was commenting on it as well.
Yeah, no, it did really well. It did really well. Yeah, that's the thing you're always waiting for. Like, you're always waiting for the actual person to see it. And
yeah,
there was, I don't know if you've heard of Hassan. He did like an impression of Hamza as well, but it was more of like the impression of the video style. And he uploaded his at like the exact same time that I uploaded mine. So we had two videos of the same thing uploaded at the same time. And I shared mine I think Alice shared mine in the Hamza group chat. And then I saw his as well. And I was like getting a bit jealous. I made a video about it. But I was like slightly getting jealous that he'd uploaded his and Hamza commented on his video first. And I was like, hold up a second, that's a bit sus. I was getting a bit angry. I was like, Hamza, why are you not coming on my video? But you're coming on this guy's video.
Yeah. Pause on that sentence there, bro, real quick though.
Yeah, no.
Bro, he just embraces
it. But yeah, man. Zell, you got anything you want to say?
I just wanted to say, like, so you don't practice these impressions, you just flip the camera on and go.
I'd say I put about 10 minutes of practicing, but it's not necessarily like solid practice. I just try and get the accent down and think about what some phrases the person might say and how they might like move and act. And then I improvise. I turn the camera on and I'll improvise something, and I'll basically have that in my head. So I'll improvise like an idea to what to talk about. So, I've got a cat staring at me. That's weird. So I don't know if you've seen like my Hamza video for example. There's like certain subjects that I talk about in it, like I've been reading a book, and I'll think of that and I'll be like, right, I'm going to say that in the video, and I've just got to say certain things in the video, but apart from that, I just like link in between the different points. As long as I hit those points, then that's fine, and that's the idea for the video, and then I just improvise the rest of it, basically. But yeah.
Yeah, I watched your first man impressions. That were hilarious. He's jumping from like how hard Chris works. He's like, I'm better than GQ. I'm the hardest worker. It's so fun.
But yeah, that the streaming platform one. That was my
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite video I did because I was just like making myself laugh. I was just like, what's
Yeah.
4 video ideas that Chris like would actually say as video ideas? I'm like, the
Yeah.
last one's got to be First Man versus GQ. That's just a hilarious video idea.
For sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, we're gonna link his channel in the description. Make sure to go over, check them out. You will laugh. But Adonis, you all good, bro? You're bugging out on us. Can you hear us?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't even know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
you.
we got you,
I
we
can hear
got
you
you.
now.
Alright, is there anything on your
Okay.
mind, Adonis?
At
Anything you
least.
want to ask Roflo?
Um, I didn't manage to hear the whole conversation. I don't know if you guys touched on how did you start doing these videos. I don't know. Sorry if I missed that part, but my internet is like lagging.
No, I got that. I got that. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, yeah. So I think his question was, why did you start, wasn't it? Why did you start YouTube, was it?
I think so. Yeah, primarily. So I always had ideas about starting YouTube, but I never knew how to go about it. And I'm like, oh, it's always going to be a tough thing to get into. Like, how do you go about starting your first video? So when I had to isolate it back in like September time, and I basically just thought, oh, I'm just going to do an Ice Cold JT impression just because I was bored, essentially. So I threw the camera on, did a nice called JT impression. Thought nothing of it. Just uploaded it to YouTube. It was like, oh, this is just. I put it on my second. So this channel was actually my second channel. I had a channel earlier. I had a channel earlier. Shall I keep talking?
Yeah, go on, go, keep
All
going,
right.
bro.
So I had a channel earlier that was like gaming that I've had for about 8 years or something like that. I used to do like trick shotting and stuff back in the day. So I used to do commentaries and stuff when I was about 14, which was quite fun to be fair. But so this was my second channel. I just thought I'm going to upload this Ice Cold JT impression, not think anything of it. And then like 2 months later, when I was coming back from holiday, I just checked. Someone sent me a message on Discord and were like, "Oh, check your video." I was like, "What are you on about?" And I went on my first channel, like, "Well, there's nothing here." And I'm like, "Oh, maybe it's on my second channel." And I went on my second channel, and that video was just like blowing up. And I called JT comment, and I was like, "What's going on here?" That was like 1,000 views.
Mm.
Like, no way. And then it just grew from there. And then I was
Yeah,
like,
I think
"Well, now I've got to take this momentum and keep rolling with it, and just do a few more videos." You know what I mean?
yeah, that was a good idea to do. I think each one of us here have all had a video that has kind of blown up
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
like saying like gotten more than like 5K views or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
But it's a nice feeling when you're putting in the
Oh,
work and then you
100%.
just see it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I didn't even really put in that much work. That's the thing. But you guys, you clearly put a lot of work into your videos, and I
It's an
really
interesting
respect you for
thing.
that.
Thanks. With the videos that blow up, it's the ones you least expect. That's what I
Yeah,
found.
100%, 100%. Yeah,
You could put so much work into a video. I remember like back in the day, I made like this football video. Like, if you know about the Sidemen, like I pretty much copied them. I expected it to get like crazy views. I put like 8 hours of editing into it. I got like 200 views, and then a video I'll make just showing like how long my hair is growing, like
yeah,
20K views. It's
yeah.
crazy which ones blow up.
Well, it's stuff people want to see, isn't it? Really, I think that's going to blow up all
Yeah.
the time. You know, it's
Yeah, for
weird,
sure.
but you never know which one it's going to be. Really.
Yeah, I found your channel, Zell, through the hair growth. And I was trying to grow my hair long back then. I don't even know how long ago it was, but yeah, man, it's crazy.
Back in the day.
Yeah, 1 or 2 years later, we're on a podcast together, bro.
Yeah,
With the
it's actually
Roflo.
it's actually crazy how these things work out. Like I wasn't even expecting to like go into like self improvement YouTube videos and stuff. I was just dude, that was like a whole business idea right there, like the whole hair growth thing, and then I could like sell products and stuff. But I wasn't like business orientated or anything. And then just sort of switched to self improvement. And now, like you said, now we're doing podcasts with special guests like Ro Flow. And I'm curious, like, what's the future gonna look like? Are we all gonna be able to gather in like one room, like have like an actual studio thing? That'll be mad.
Yeah,
That'd be sick, bro.
that'd be class, boys. You do that.
I
Where
was the
would you do
same
it
as
from?
you, Roflo. What were you gonna say?
Go on. No, go on. What are you saying?
I was just gonna say I was the same as you. I had a YouTube channel dedicated towards gaming back in the day as well.
Mm.
And you know, obviously it didn't work out because
Yeah,
it's
it
not
never
here
does.
no more. Yeah, man.
What did
But
you play?
bro, I don't even want to say, man.
Minecraft?
I played a bit of Fortnite and
Oh, that's not too bad,
just
though. A lot
random
of people
games, bro.
play Fortnite. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you ever try and get in phase?
What's that?
Did you ever try and get in phase?
Phase? No.
Oh, do you know? That was my dream as a kid. I used to spend hours like toiling away trying to get in phase and stuff like that. Like, because they used to do recruitment challenges. I don't know if you've heard of that. Back in the day, that used to be the big thing, and people just used to stay up like really late, just trying to get clips and stuff for montages, and then so they can make it into the clan. But it's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a hard business to get into.
Oh, 100%. But I think it's worth it if you get into it. I mean, like the big clans and stuff, they make some serious money.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think the platform you want to be on for gaming is Twitch though.
Oh yeah, definitely. It
Twitch
is
is
now. Yeah, 100%.
massive for gaming.
Yeah.
The amount of money these lads pull in, it's crazy.
Do you have super chats on this?
Yeah, we can go live, and people can like send chats and all that
Have you
sort of
ever had
stuff.
that?
We haven't done it yet, but we're thinking of doing it in the future, anyways.
We do
Yeah.
like a special episode.
Yeah.
I think we
do like
should.
a live episode. I think it'd be worth consideration. You can make some money out of it.
100%, man.
I'd donate.
That'd be pretty good. We're planning on doing like, I don't know, when this gets bigger, just to put out more episodes, but for the time being, just one episode a week, and then I don't know, maybe we might go into live episodes every week as well, but
Yeah.
we'll have to see what happens.
No, that'd be class.
It's just
But
it's risky, man, because if you say something controversial, it could get cancelled.
True.
hey, bro,
You have to
look,
like see how people operate. Go on. What are you saying?
yeah, I was gonna say, bro, getting cancelled isn't even that bad, bro. I've seen so many people get cancelled and they've been back a couple months later. Everybody
Oh
loves them
yeah.
again.
Yeah, you only get
Just
knocked
take a
off for
break.
like.
Yeah, it's
You
just
can
a
only really
break,
be
bro.
cancelled if you accept that you're being cancelled. You know, you just can't care. Can't care what people
That's
say
it.
about you. That's the mentality
That's
you've
it.
got to have. But it's so tough, especially for like kids. I remember seeing the Lucid video back in the day. Well, it wasn't back in the day, a few months ago now. But he was talking to this kid who wanted to be a YouTuber, and the kid asked him, "How do I not get cancelled?" And Lucid were like shocked by that because it's just so crazy. The kids they're so worried about getting cancelled that they just don't want to make any YouTube content anymore. It's like something they say is probably going to get them cancelled, like whatever. Like everyone's going to have an issue with whatever you say. Do you know what I mean? So you just say whatever you want, and if people take offence to it, that's their responsibility, not yours. Obviously, if you're going to start being incredibly hateful toward a particular person or group of people, yeah, that's problematic. But when you just do it and it's obviously not malicious, then if you know you're in the right, then leave it and get on with your life. You know.
100%, bro.
I hope that don't get us cancelled.
But yeah, man, where do you see your channel, going in the future? Where do you see yourself in, let's say, this time next year?
Ooh, I had a goal for this year to set 10,000 subscribers. However, I'm not sure if that's achievable. Well, I think it is achievable. I've just still got to work out how to go about it. It's quite complicated because it's a lot of trial and error. I think once you've got the formula of your channel down to a T, it works perfectly. But like you said the other day, like, is it okay to upload once a day, or should you upload periodically, or once a week, twice a week, whatever? So I think it's about finding the right system to approach your YouTube channel, and once you get that down, your channel's just going to grow exponentially. But I'd say I'd be happy with 10,000 subscribers. Like, obviously, I think anyone would be, and that's the goal. However, I'm still trying to work out and formulate what I want my channel to be, I'd say. I don't just want it to be impressions necessarily, but I also don't think I want it to just be traditional self-help, you know what I mean? Like the short videos talking about, oh, this is how to get 500 girls in 1 year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
I really like the NoFap stuff, but it's so heavily saturated in the community that I just feel like it's very cliche at this point to do NoFap videos. Even though like I want to do NoFap videos because like it's been a big part of my life for so long. Like for like 5 years I've been doing NoFap, so not on a streak, but I've been doing it for 5 years. So I would do NoFap videos, but I just don't want it to be too cliche. But there are things I want to talk about in that area. But, yeah. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes, really.
I do notice that the NoFap videos get like a lot more views than like the other type of videos.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You just don't want to become that person that's known for NoFap. Like once you start doing NoFap videos, I feel like you kind of trapped in. Like people just expect you to do NoFap videos. You get a lot of kids and stuff. It's like on Discord, I get messages from random kids. I don't know if you boys are the same. I get messages from random kids saying like, is masturbating with my girlfriend on the phone a relapse and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, like it's not that serious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the terrified and stuff. It's like it's not really that serious. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why are you asking me that?
Yeah, bro. I've been getting some weird messages since I uploaded the first NoFap video, and a lot of people are very curious to know how many times I do it a day, bro.
What?
I'm just like, why do you care, man?
It's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah. But,
it's very odd.
Yeah.
People don't respect people's private life or whatsoever.
Yeah, they take NoFap a bit too seriously. Like I was one of them. I'll admit it. I'll humbly admit that I used to think NoFap. If I went 90 days, look, life complete, everything done, checked off, I can retire.
Yeah.
It's because they get sold this narrative that if they stop touching themselves, they're gonna suddenly get girls, or they're gonna suddenly get jacked, suddenly be confident. It's like, no, dude, this is just you're getting rid of something that's unhealthy. You're gonna replace it with habits that are gonna improve your life, and then you're gonna notice, oh look, I'm getting better. It's not just because you stopped doing that. It doesn't like you said, like asking all these weird questions, like, is it okay if I do this or is it a relapse? It's like, dude, if you relapse, you're not gonna die, dude. Just it's like a video game. You could gamify it. When you die in like Call of Duty, you don't just die in life. You just respawn and keep going. You know, it's not that serious. But it can be really amusing.
Were you boys ever on the NoFap subreddit?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to sell you a lot of dreams, is that place, because you see people's posting like, oh, I went 90 days and now I've gained 10 kilograms of muscle, I've grown 3 inches, and I've slept with 10 girls. It's so unrealistic, but it's quite easy to believe. You know what I mean? It's like sort of a believable dream that, oh, maybe if I do stop, because I've been doing it for so long, but maybe these things are going to happen. But really, not much. I don't see much difference really, but I can understand why it's so popular. Like obviously, I can see the benefits like mental clarity and stuff. I feel like I've been doing it for so long, I don't even really notice it anymore. I definitely notice the downsides when I relapse, but once I'm on like a week streak, like everything's back to normal more or less.
Yeah. Adonis, bro. You there?
He's fapping.
Hey, bro, turn on your camera. You're freaking me out.
Okay, but okay, but is Spider-Man on NoFap? That's the real question.
Is Spider-Man on NoFap? I'd say no.
Yeah.
He's always shooting his webs, isn't he? I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I couldn't say. He's upstairs
Right.
at the minute. He's actually on the wall over there. When I said that in the video the other day, I wasn't lying. There's a picture of Spider-Man on the wall. It's not the Spider-Man in my room, but it is a Spider-Man.
Bro, Flo, I got a question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Out of the three of us, which one do you think you could impersonate the best?
Oh, don't make me do that.
I'd love to see an Adonis impression.
Yeah, I could probably do it. To be fair, I reckon I could do it. I need to
Dude,
get the
just
accent
lag.
down, but I think I could do it. Yeah, just like. What are you going to do about this? That sounded more African.
That was actually pretty good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that a train?
No, it's a plane. I live so close to the airport, it's like every 5 minutes. Dude, if I'm, it's always when I'm trying to listen to a YouTube video, like I press play and you gotta be kidding me, bro.
The planes just know when you're watching a YouTube video, mate.
Mm.
Universe is listening. Always listening.
Yeah, bro. What let me see. What other questions do I have? I wrote some down actually.
Almost smashed
I
this wall.
forgot. I actually forgot. Right. Oh, I'll leave it to Patreon. I'll leave it to Patreon.
All right, okay.
People,
Okay.
For those people that don't know, we have a Patreon, and we'll link it in the description. Actually, it's not out yet. It will be coming soon, okay? And we're just going to be talking about, stuff that can't really be said on YouTube. But anyways, have any of you two boys got any questions for Roflo?
I was thinking like with because you got that like talent for impressions. Would you see yourself like teaching people how to do certain impressions, like making sort of like a business model out of it?
I've thought about it, but I don't think there's much business in it, to be honest. I think impressions is such a niche thing that I don't know how long term of a business plan it'd be. Like, I could maybe make a video. I watched a video actually on what's it called? Skillshare on how to do impressions, and it was like one lengthy 5-hour video. And I was thinking, like, I don't think anyone could do it better than that. It breaks it down so well into little intricate bits that I think that's the best way you could explain how to do an impression. I don't know how many people want to learn to do impressions. It's something I'd consider. Like, if people wanted to know how to do impressions and stuff and my process, then I'd happily tell them. I just don't see how much of a long-term benefit it has and how much you can teach in that department. So say, in comparison to say like NoFap or going to the gym, there's a lot of different things that could work for you, and there's different varieties of things you could try depending on who you are as a person that would make it easier for you to progress. But impressions is quite like one-dimensional thing. Like, there's only one way to do it, really, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth consideration.
Yeah, for sure. I just had an idea pop up. Those people that like on Fiverr, you can pay them to like say something like funny, like for a birthday sort of thing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Wait, that's a really good idea. I'd never thought about that, to be fair.
So like, yeah, if someone wanted you to do like a funny like Hamza impression, him saying some really ridiculous stuff, then they can pay you to do that. I think that would be hilarious.
No, that's a genius idea. That I need to hop on that. Oh wow, what a genius idea that is! I don't know how I've never thought of that.
Bro, money coming through.
Yeah, well, if I get some money from that, I'll give you 1% split for that.
Nah, you don't have to, bro. No,
20% split.
No, man, that's all for you, man. It's all for you.
No, that's a great idea. I don't know why I'd never thought about that. To be fair, if the demand's there, I'd happily do that. We'll just have to see if the demand's there.
I'm sure it would be. Especially, it would be so funny, like first man saying some just out of pocket stuff. Okay, guys. It's so funny.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the video.
I might just clickbait this. Just be like, we got first man on the podcast, and Hamza, and it's called JT.
I'm lucid.
Yeah. But anyways, bro. you are on the self-development scene, anyways. If I
Yes.
had to ask, it's a bit of a, broad question, but for from your own kind of experiences, what do you feel like was the best thing that you learned or the best thing you implemented that changed your life for the better?
Ooh, that's a good question. Meditation. I'm gonna say. I've noticed when I started meditating, my mental clarity and my focus has gone up tenfold, and it's so much easier to battle off negative thoughts. So, like, if I have a negative thought, it's easier to just brush it aside and accept it as a thought. Then
Mm,
it's 10 times easier than it was, maybe 100 times easier than it was. If I have a negative thought now, I'm just like, oh, it's a negative thought. I can just brush it to the side. Whereas in the past, if I had a negative thought, I would 100% entertain it. I would think, wow, this thought is so true. It's so real. But once you start meditating, you realize that it's just a thought. That's all it is. It just comes
yeah.
and goes. Like it's not a permanent thing. Like you can choose whether to accept and invest in a thought or just brush it aside. And once you start meditating, you learn that that's just so easy to just brush it aside and stay present. It helps with everything as well. Like the gym, going to the gym, just get more focused in the gym. When I'm acting, it's perfect for that because I can just be present and I'm not thinking about other things while I'm in my role. And just everything, or like NoFap, like if you have an urge, it's just easy to push it aside.
Makes sense. What type of meditation would you do then, and like how long would you meditate for it? Like every single day?
It really varies, to be honest. I try and get a meditation session every day. I do 15 minutes typically. That is like my average go-to. So I've got an audio that I listen to, which was done by one of my friends called Philip. He runs like a self-improvement group where like a group of men can get together and just talk about NoFap and overcoming like porn addiction and stuff like that. It's shout out to him, to be fair, because he does absolutely amazing work, but he doesn't get near enough credit. I think he's going to start doing YouTube. It's called Philip Kupka, and the group's called Brothers Around the Campfire. But he basically just does. He teaches people about like CPTSD. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's complex PTSD, where people have little bits of trauma that they don't realize. So you have obviously PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress syndrome, which you get if you like go to war and stuff like that. But there's also CPTSD, which is like a smaller version of that, which you don't realize that you just pick up on the day to day. And if you repress that, then you're going to end up with it, if that makes sense. If you repress like emotions and stuff that you're not dealing with properly, then you're going to end up with CPTSD, and it's like a smaller form of trauma, but it builds up and it makes it worse, and that's typically what causes like porn addict or like addiction in general. And he goes through that, but yeah, basically, I do. He's got like a guided meditation that he does for 15 minutes, which I use on a morning, and then sometimes I just go on YouTube and type in meditation and do a guided meditation, basically. I prefer doing. I used to do non-guided meditations where I just listen to music, but I feel like it's just easier to do a guided meditation where you have someone holding you accountable and say like, "Oh, come back to your moment right now," instead of, you know what I mean? I feel like if you
Yeah.
give yourself leeway, or especially me, when I give myself leeway, I'll just jump between things. So I'll be like, "Oh, well, I'm going to focus on the sound now, or I'm going to focus on my feeling now," but it's not very disciplined. I just bounce about, so I prefer having someone to hold me accountable, basically.
You
If
mentioned
that,
Brothers Around the Campfire. Dude, I was on this website, I think it was Conquered Self. It's like battling porn addiction. Someone
yeah.
linked to that. Dude, were you on that website too?
What Matt Capet is it that does Conquered Self? I think
Um,
maybe.
I'm not
Is that his
sure, but
name?
I just remember clicking and someone shared that link, and I remember distinctly Brothers Around the Campfire and how they were looking for people and they would do like meditation stuff like you talked about. And when
Yeah,
you said that name, it just popped into my head. So
yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah. I found it through. I don't know if you've heard of him. Called Jacket Luke. He's like he was the person who introduced me to NoFap back in the day. But he just did a podcast with Philip, so that's how I found out about it, and then just linked to Discord. But I do know what you're talking about with the conquered self. But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get to it through that. It's not a cult though. You're not gonna have to drink any Kool-Aid or anything like that. You're not gonna have to do any dodgy sex dances or anything like that. So, but yeah, no, he's back.
He's back.
Oh, I think it's better now. Is it any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay. But I managed to, hear some of the conversation. So, yeah.
You got anything on your mind, Adonis? Any questions?
So you spoke about NoFap meditation. I want to know your take on journaling because I think it has been helping me quite a lot. And yeah, what do you think about journaling?
What kind of journaling do you mean? Do you mean just like dump journaling or gratitude?
Actually, like I want to know if you take some time to, sit down, grab a notebook or something, and I want to know what you do because I put out hold up, this thing. So it's time for self-promotion. So you guys can buy it on Amazon. So it's called the Stoic Warrior, where you can journal, and there's like this habit tracker and a section where it says like I am grateful, and you write down like 3 things you're grateful for. You know?
Wait, you wrote that book?
Yeah.
I had no idea you wrote a book.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah. I'll 100%. I didn't know you'd wrote a book. That's crazy. That.
And other than the self-promotion aspect, I really think it has helped me quite a lot because when you have like a habit tracker, when you write about your feelings and what you want to accomplish, and when you write also about what you're grateful for, you feel a lot more present. You feel, of course, more grateful, and you overall feel better. I often find myself getting like more depressed or angry if I don't write down how I feel, and it gives me the time to make space in my mind, to clear out my mind, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and also to conclude, I want to say that when you actually make space inside your mind, you are prone to attract what you really want because it's like, okay, so I made space, now it's time to make that thing come to me, if it makes sense.
Yeah. It's like abundance mindset, and it's like if you have something, you're gonna have enough anyway, and then more will come to you, as opposed to thinking, "Oh, I've got nothing." But yeah, I didn't know you wrote a book, and I will definitely buy it, as long as it's not too expensive. So
No, it's not.
50 quid.
Hey,
No.
knowing Adonis, bro, that's definitely gonna be €50 plus.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish it was
Plus
like
shipping.
50.
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping, plus tips for Adonis.
Tips.
But
Yeah,
everybody,
write a better
we're gonna
book.
link that
There's
down
a tip.
below, yeah.
So yeah, I do, to hold myself accountable with that like habit tracker. What I do is I've got a whiteboard. I think you can see it in some of my videos. I've got it in the background, but I just wrote on the top, "Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it," which is the happens quote, obviously. And I just write down all the things. So I make like a checklist of what I want to do throughout the day, like the habits, so like meditation, walk, read, and then I just tick them off throughout the day. And then for journaling, I do need to hold myself more accountable for it. But yeah, I 100% empathize with that. When you said about you feel a lot more gratuitous, is that a word? When you write down and you journal what you are grateful for, and I think the best thing you can do is if you can like really connect and really feel that gratitude when you're writing it down, because I think there's proclivity to just write down things that you're grateful for without actually having any meaning behind what you're writing. So I could write down, I'm grateful for my house, but unless I connect with the fact that I am grateful for my house and actually think about and feel how grateful I am about having a house, then it's not going to work as well, if that makes sense. But yeah, I do try and do that as often as possible. I don't do it as much as I'd like, and I probably should do it more. But I think I'm quite a grateful person anyway. But I definitely understand that you need to be more grateful like in day-to-day life. So what I do is I just write 5 things out. So I'll put like the day, and then I'll put 5 things I'm grateful for, and it can be anything. So I think Hamza talked about it in one of his videos. He said it's better to be grateful about smaller things, because when you're grateful about smaller things, it's so much easier to be grateful about, just to have a more of an enjoyment for life and to be grateful for the bigger things as well. So you have to start with the small things, basically.
Yeah.
Agree.
But I don't really do much journaling. I do now and again. I tried. I don't know if you've heard of it. What's it called now? It's basically a journaling where you meditate for 15 minutes and then you sit in front of the journal. It might cover it in your book, I don't know. I think it's like deep awe meditation or something. And then you just write down whatever comes to your mind, and like anything. And then you have to, it's kind of new agey. And then you like ask for angels and spirits to come through. I tried it like once, and because I heard it on a podcast, and it didn't really do much for me, but I can understand why people do it. It's like connecting with whatever's going on.
I know actually there's that technique. The name is like automatic writing.
That's it. Yeah, automatic writing.
Is it?
That's
And I know I watched like a documentary once about like this guy in the, I don't even know if we're on YouTube, so I don't even know if I can say it, but let's say like it's a 3-letter big I don't know, association, let's say, and this guy works for, you know, powerful people, and they used to do like these experiments once in a while where they would sit in this quiet room and they would like um, completely cut out the inner monologue, okay, literally extend their arm and let their ends do whatever they do, you know, and they actually, I don't even know how, but there were like some evidence that some people actually managed to, let's say, let's put it this way, like to know maybe some places about like where a war would take place. They would know what would happen. What, I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube, but I hope it makes sense. So basically, like they were researching like a superpower, actually, you know,
Yeah.
like a true, you know, and then they stopped because you know they need to file the experiments and everything. But yeah, I think it is a thing, but yeah, maybe in the
It
future.
kind of scares me, I think,
Yeah.
more than anything. I'm like, what if I write some
Uh,
really dark shit?
yeah.
I didn't want to find that out. Like, what if there's like some dark entity living in my house? Is
Yeah,
saying, oh,
that's
it's
true.
gonna kill my family or something. I've just summoned the demon, and I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck am I supposed to do now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they were talking about like a brain superpower, but I
Yeah.
understand your point because if we're not 100% sure, like it's about like I heard a story about like one of my friends that tried how is it called in English, like the Ouija board,
Oh yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. And like all of the other people around her were like, oh, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not saying that it does work or that it doesn't work. All I'm saying is if you try and like something happens, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell your family, I don't know, I burned my house, or what are you gonna do? So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother and his mates did a Ouija board in my house, and I think something came up, but it was so long ago, I can't remember what it was now. I'm quite sure my house is somewhat haunted, although I don't really know. Last night when I was sleeping, actually, I heard like a really loud ringing in my room, and I was like, "What's that?" And it stopped. When it stopped, it sounded like it was leaving the room,
Hmm.
as opposed to just like turning down the volume. So it like progressively got quieter, but it sounded like it was just leaving my room. I don't know if that were anything. It could have just been an alarm or something outside, but it was
I mean,
weird.
from this perspective, it can happen because we know that there are frequencies and things that we cannot see because
Yeah, yeah,
our eyes are not programmed to, see certain things.
yeah.
And in my opinion, that's why they say like cats or dogs can see ghosts or whatever. I don't even know,
Oh
but
yeah,
definitely we're not programmed to, at least in this age, we're not programmed to see or hear certain things.
yeah,
So if we see those things from that perspective, there is not really. Yeah, you should be careful. You should not do this
yeah,
stuff like the visible everywhere. But honestly, you're good to go. Like,
yeah,
um, it's like if you cannot actually see it, chances are that it cannot harm you. It can harm you on a psychological, mental level,
mm,
on another plane of existence, but on the physical plane, hmm, I don't
yeah.
I don't know. I might be wrong, you know.
Well, that's the thing in it. You don't know. Like
Yeah.
I've not had enough. I've not had enough experience with that to be able to say it's right or wrong either way. But yeah, I think we give too much dismissal to old theories and stuff. So back in the day, they
Hmm.
believed in say like fairies and
Hmm.
ghouls and goblins and stuff like that, and we just dismiss it as like, oh, that's just all folk tales and a
Mm-hmm.
load of horse crap. But it could be very true. I think we underestimate how clever people were back in the day. Like we just assumed
Mm-hmm.
that they were all idiots and they believed anything they saw was some sort of supernatural occurrence. When it's
Mm-hmm.
quite likely that that was actually happening, and
Mm.
that's just how they were expressing it. Like they're not
Yeah, honestly. Mm-hmm.
like they're
Yeah.
not lying.
Yeah. I was reading Theosophy. I always talk about, right, Rudolf Steiner, and
Yeah, yeah,
he said like it's not that you're gonna see like as you said fairies or those entities, because if we understand what I basically said before, that we are programmed to see certain things, and
mm,
even if they exist, they not if even if they exist, they not exist um, on our same plane of existence. Okay, so I don't know. Sometimes it's like Carl Jung, when he was talking about um, demons and other entities that he visited when he was like, I don't know if he was dreaming or whatever. And Freud actually came out with a lot of theories about dreaming and whatever. So maybe some things, maybe you're able to see certain things when you're dreaming.
mm,
Maybe you could be able to see those things when you walk around or whatever. But yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I
baffling. It's the
think,
human mind, isn't it? It's just
yeah,
very
the human
complex
mind
system.
is very, very, very powerful. And I think in the future, in the near future, I think science will try to come up with a, I don't know, with something, about these theories,
Mm,
because I do think that people nowadays are more, uh, what's the word? Are starting to understand that, as you said, people back then were really intelligent.
yeah.
So I do think they will try like another game. Maybe we could speak about it. We could talk about it on a Patreon. But yeah, I think that come up, with some game about, I don't know, you've been lied to, so now you can see ghosts. So yeah, I can see that in the near future.
Yeah. It's almost like an ego thing that we just think we're superior than the rest of the generations that lived before us.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we've
Now
never
it's
been able to recreate the pyramid, so, I mean, we can't really say anything. Do you know what I mean?
exactly. Now it's like aliens time. I don't know if you guys like saw those articles. Like, okay, so now aliens do exist.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
don't
could
even know
say
what to
something about
say.
that, but I don't know what you can say without getting cancelled. Like, I don't know what's going to get taken down.
I
I
don't
think we're
know.
moving into Patreon,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patreon style of episodes. We should wrap this up.
yeah.
Leave the people on a bit of a cliffhanger, so they have to go over and buy it.
All right, guys.
But,
if you want to watch the Patreon, what you want to do is you want to click the link below. So I don't usually do affiliate links, but what I will do now, just for you guys, is completely free. Don't have to worry about anything. Just click the Patreon below. All right, guys. Do the hard
There we
work,
go.
especially when you don't feel like it. What?
All right, boys.
Fantastic.
I think we'll wrap this up right here. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks
We'll see you
everybody
on
for
Patreon.
watching. See you on Patreon. Yeah. Right.